Hey, this is Stacia, and we're gonna do a Stacia miniature. I don't do this that often, but I'm gonna share a game where I won the game very quickly with the Smith-Morra Gambit. But I'm also gonna show you this game because I expected that, I played with like 99% accuracy. I'm the best. And the computer said I played with 27% accuracy. So let's look at the game and see what I did wrong, but also what my opponent did wrong. Um, so we'll do it without the engine first. Now explain what's going on. So e4 c5. I love to play this move d4. It's a very venomous move. We are, black plays c5 to stop d4. So it's kind of funny when you just play it anyway. And they take, and we go c3. And this is the Smith-Morra Gambit. They can decline the Gambit with knight to f6. This leads to a pretty equal game, actually. But, usually they're going to take, and I take with a knight. So I'm down a pawn. All right. Now, in this game, my opponent decided to try the dragon setup against the Morra. This is playable. Knight to f3, bishop g7, bishop c4. We just develop our bishop to the best square. We put our knights in the best squares. We're ready to castle. And we just get rapid development for the cost of a pawn. My opponent played e6 here. Now, I think this is playable. It's probably not the best move. Probably knight c6 makes more sense here. Just develop a piece. The reason they play this is they probably want to play here, and they're kind of afraid of e5 attacking the pawn. But this does kind of like make Swiss cheese out of the dark squares. So a lot of times you can play to trade the dark square bishop off. And if you accomplish that, you can attack on the dark squares on the king side later. So that was sort of my plan. Now, I think queen c7 is probably a mistake, and I see the eval bar confirming that, because you can't really play that move without reckoning with knight b5, which is a bit of a fork in most cases. Now, probably I played this move a little too fast. So I was like, hey, they're attacking my bishop. But you know what? I just saw now. We could go knight b5 anyway. Check this out. Yeah, we could win back. We'll win their queen if they take the bishop. So they actually can't take it. What a cool move. I might make a flashcard of that idea, because I didn't even consider it. I just said, hey, they're attacking my bishop. Hey, they're attacking my e-pawn. So I need to defend both. So queen e2. But knight b5 is clearly better. All right, so knight c6, attacking my pawn a third time. So if I wanted to just defend it, I think I could play bishop to f4. That would defend it. And that is a move that you often play in this line, or so I've been learning. But now knight b5. Now knight b5 to me is a fork, and it often is. We're often attacking the queen, which is uncomfortable, but we're also attacking this square. And guess what? That's going to be a check. So, I think this is going to be rough for my opponent now, because their king's going to have to move. They checked me, but hey, no problem. Bishop d2. Now they have to move their queen again. So that's probably the best move. I don't see anything better, but I get to hop in with check. Okay. So my question in these positions is always, okay, now I'm winning. How do I actually win? It's still possible to go wrong. So I'm kind of proud of myself because I'm looking at the clock. I didn't even use a second of my time yet, but it is 2-second increment. Okay, so I just simply castled here. Yeah, I was thinking, if I went bishop check, I don't think that's the best move. Yeah, the eval bar is going down. I thought here, I mean, they can't move their king, obviously, right? Like this would be not a good idea, so it's a little bit of a skewer, but they could probably play f6, I thought. And, if I If I take with a pawn, they might take my knight. I don't know. I guess this is fine for white, probably because, wow. Yeah, because of this move. So there's a lot more tricks in the position, apparently. So they would have had to do something else. Probably, gosh, what would they do here? Honestly, this looks pretty bad. If I go here, check, the queen's attacked again. Okay, well, I take back what I said. I think that's probably a good move. So this is probably fine too, though. Yeah, and now my opponent grabbed a pawn. I mean, hard to blame them. You've got to do something. I think they reasoned that they're undermining my knight. So, okay, true enough. But here I very quickly calculated that I could actually take the knight. If I take the knight and they take here, I can check. And that is a fork. Not to mention, it checks the king. So I would win the queen there. So they can't really take my knight with the king, which also looks ridiculous, right? I mean, why would you venture out into the open? But I also thought if they take with the bishop, I take with the queen. I'm defending my knight and attacking the rook. So actually, black just loses more material there. So I think, you know, let's put it on the board. I think that's just not going to work. I guess they could play here. That is reasonable, isn't it? So I got to move my queen and defend the bishop still. I could actually take with check. I think this would be a very plain way to play it, but it works. Maybe we want more material, right? Like, how is this not winning, even if we play boring? But in the actual game, he actually did blunder this. So I took here, and he resigned. Okay, so that was a really fun game, but I did play badly. So let's try to learn from it now. The report says 27%, like I said. Okay, how about key moments? How do we, you know what I want to do is this thing. Okay, computer does not like E5. Instead of E5, well, this move comes to mind. This move comes to mind. This move comes to mind. What is best, though? Let's see. Is there some awesome move here? What is it? I'm going to try this one and see what the computer says, because it looks very interesting just to wedge the position like that. I don't see any immediate way for my queen to be attacked. I mean, maybe black could just do this. I would probably go knight b5. Knight b5. Okay, it says white still has an advantage. Let's go ahead and find it. Wow, knight b5 right away. And it says white is winning. Wow. So probably this matters somehow. They can't go d6 because we take it. And if d5, I wonder if bishop f4 is the idea. It is. I saw this in a different line of the Morra very recently, where they get to play d5, but you sneak in bishop f4 and you're on c7. And the initiative is real here. So, I mean, can they take the bishop? That's my question. So if they take the bishop, we go ahead and fork. I mean, the king is going to get misplaced. So king e7 is the best move. And then we go Knight takes e8. We're up a rook. We're up an exchange. And, you know, a lot of times I find in these types of lines, if you can extricate the knight, then this is a great way to play. But if I don't, I'm actually going to be down material. So we can trade here. It's probably what I would do. Oh, I'm sorry. It's black's turn. Black can play knight to c6. Yeah, and I probably would. Well, keep the queens on, right? Look at this king. So queen a4 is the move. And here they can check to get rid of queens. Okay, but we're going to extricate the knight now. I don't see the knight getting out. This move isn't possible just yet. It says just castle queenside. And white's winning. Wow, how about that? Pretty interesting, right? Okay, let's continue. So here I had a missed win. This I know was knight b5 for sure. And then that's all it gives. Doesn't give the rest of the game. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed this one. This was a true miniature this time, only 15 moves, but I thought it was interesting enough, and I thought there was enough to learn that it would make a good video. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll be back with more chess. Okay, bye.